Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Lee. You're watching Dark Roots Creations, and this is my July wrap-up. So I really enjoyed how I did things for my June wrap-up, where I basically said what books I read, gave a little synopsis, what my star rating was, and then afterward I said what each book, where each book went for like a readathon, what it accomplished for me for all of the readathons. So I think I want to do things the same way for July. So first book I have up is Adorable Sunday. This is by Marlene Linda Shire. This is a nostalgic middle grade story about a girl named Sunday who begins auditioning for TV commercials because her mother is determined to see her succeed where she never got the chance. Her mother was into ice skating. It explores the highs and lows of child acting, popularity, and what happens when growing up means you're no longer the adorable little kid everyone remembers. I was obsessed with the cover of this book when I was younger, and it was interesting to read things I'd forgotten about in this book, and I gave this one 4 stars. Next is The Popularity Plan by Carrie Austin. In this 4th book in the Party Line series, a new girl in town gets off on the wrong foot with everyone at school. When Rosie is paired with Jennifer on a class project, she discovers there's much more to her than first impressions. At the same time, Rosie's mom hires the party line to throw her a 13th birthday party, but first Rosie has to help Jennifer become popular enough that people will actually show up. I wound up giving this one 4 stars as well. Next is Nothing's Fair in 5th grade by Barth D. Clements. I apologize, I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce the name. This middle grade classic follows Jenny, whose 5th grade class is turned upside down when Elsie Edwards transfers in. Elsie is constantly teased because of her weight, gets into trouble more than once, and is quickly judged by her classmates. But when Jenny is assigned to help her, she begins to realize there's much more to Elsie than everyone's first impressions. I appreciated the message about kindness and looking beyond appearances, but I have to say the fat shaming throughout this book was pretty brutal, even by today's standards. Like, I wouldn't say she got teased, I would say she got bullied. I ended up giving this one 3 stars. Next up is Cruel Intent by J.A. Jance. I read this one with Storm's J.A. Jance read-along group, and I think this is the strongest Allie Reynolds book I've read so far. The story begins with the murder of a contractor's wife, and when everyone assumes he's guilty, Allie sets out to prove otherwise. Her investigation uncovers a sinister online dating website and a hacker who's manipulating people's lives in terrifying ways. I thought this one was fast-paced, full of twists, and one of the best mysteries I've read so far this year. I really enjoyed this one, and I wind up giving this one 5 stars. Next, I started a trilogy. This is Blood Brothers by Nora Roberts. 3 lifelong friends discover they're destined to battle an ancient evil that awakens every 7 years in their hometown. It's part paranormal thriller, part romance, and a great introduction to the Sign of the Seven trilogy. I wound up giving this one 4 stars. Next up is The Hollow by Nora Roberts. This is book 2 in the trilogy. As the supernatural threat grows stronger, the group races to uncover the history behind the curse before time runs out. Alongside the suspense, this installment also focuses heavily on Fox and Layla's relationship. I gave this one 3 stars. I tend to feel in a trilogy the second book is the weakest one, just because it's the middle part you've set up and now you're waiting for the final act. But I did like Fox and Layla's relationship a lot. I decided to switch gears and went the beach read route. This is The Summer Getaway by Susan Mallory. This follows Robin Caldwell, a single mom who's always been the one holding her family together. Between an over-the-top wedding, a son who's avoiding college, a struggling best friend, and an ex who's making terrible decisions, she desperately needs a break. A A summer in Santa Barbara with her free-spirited great-aunt Lillian seems like the perfect escape, until her family starts showing up one by one. I absolutely love the family relationships, the character growth, and the reminder it's okay to choose yourself sometime. This was one of my favorite reads of the month and easily a 5-star read for me. Next, I got into a few graphic novels. The first one is Sweet Valley Twins Book 1, Best Friends, and this was created by Francine Pascal. The graphic novel was done by Nicole Andelfinger, I believe. And this graphic novel reimagines the very beginning of Elizabeth and Jessica Wakefield's adventures as they start middle school, make new friends, and try to figure out who they are outside of being the twins. I gave this one 3 stars. I really enjoyed the updated graphics, cell phones, that type of thing, since Sweet Valley Twins originally took place either in the 80s or 90s. Next, I got into book 2 of the Sweet Valley Twins, and this is Teacher's Pet. In this one, Jessica's determined to become the ballet teacher's favorite, while Elizabeth has some very different priorities, leading to plenty of twin rivalry, school drama, and the fun charm that made Sweet Valley so popular. I do remember this one as the regular book and as the graphic novel. It was really good. Again, I like the updatedness of the times. I also gave this one 3 stars. Next was Leah vs. Art by Joy McCullough. This is the second book in the Team Awkward series. This time we're following Leah, who is the super organized, competitive one of the group. Her parents think she needs to loosen up a bit, so they sign her up for art club, but Leah secretly starts skipping it to go to the quiz bowl instead. Of course, now she has to keep up the lie with her parents. Her competitive side starts getting a little out of control and causing problems with her friends and teammates. I really like this. I feel like this is like a sleeper middle grade series. I hear no one talk about it, but I really enjoyed this one, and I gave this one 5 stars. And my last book for July is Our Last Resort by Clemence Michelon. This story follows Frida, who heads to a luxurious resort in Utah with her brother Gabriel, hoping to rebuild the relationship after years of growing apart. But when a woman is found murdered and Gabriel becomes the prime suspect, Frida is forced to revisit the traumatic years they spent growing up in a cult and question everything she knew about her brother. I was really intrigued by the cult storyline, but I felt like it never fully paid off, and the suspense wasn't quite as strong as I was hoping for. This is my second book by Michelon, and while her stories definitely keep me turning the pages, they just haven't landed completely for me at all. So, don't think I'll be reading any more by her, but I did give this one 3 stars. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the readathons a bit and what completed what prompts for which readathon. So first up, I have my own mini summer bingo board. I'll put it up on the screen here. I was able to complete 2 more squares. So for the top shelf, I completed Blood Brothers by Nora Roberts. And for summer cover, I completed The Summer Getaway by Susan Mallory. I'm sorry if you just started hearing a lot more noise. The woman upstairs has a box fan, I guess, that she puts on the floor that vibrates the wooden floor. So I just have to deal with it. So I apologize. But that's it for the summer bingo board. I have 4 more spots, 1 more month. We'll see what I can do. Next up is Mel's Around the World Reading Challenge, and for July we were doing Portugal. The first prompt is, has any occurrence that could be deemed as fate? For this one, I put Blood Brothers by Nora Roberts, the first book, in Sign of the Seven. The boys share destiny based on a prophecy. So I'm going to count that for fate. For the second prompt, has anything ceramic? I did not get anything. But according to Mel's rules, if you complete one of the prompts, you've completed the month, so you still get your passport stamp, which I did. I thought the Portugal one was really cute. The third prompt is, has something that has been sculpted? For this one, I chose Our Last Resort by Clemence Michelon. The cult leader Emil has shaped the minds of the people in his group as well as their opinion, so I'm going to count that as sculpted. The fourth one is has any seafood meal. I was not able to get this one as well. The fifth one is has something that is delicate. For this one, I picked the Sweet Valley Twins Teacher's Pet, book 2, because it has to do with ballet, and a lot of people think of ballet as elegant and delicate. And for the sixth one, the prompt is has something that is stopped. For this one, I put The Hollow by Nora Roberts, book 2 in the Sign of the Seven trilogy, because they have stopped the demon in some of the forms that he's taken in the second book. So 4 out of the 6 prompts, not too bad. As always, I love doing these. And just to give a little sneak peek, August is Tanzania. Okay, up next we have Blake from Blake Hart's Books. Her readathon is Summerween. She has a summer prompt and a spooky prompt. So the summer prompt was read a book with a colorful cover. For that one, I did Leah versus Art from Team Awkward. And then for the spooky prompt, it's read a thriller. I read Our Last Resort by Clemence Michelon. Unfortunately, I didn't really think this was that thrillery, but I could also switch up and do Cruel Intent by J.A. Jance. So have a couple alternatives in there as well. Okay, and last is my friend Liz's Race to the Great Pan Pizza readathon. This is essentially adult book it, in which at the end we will wind up going to one of the last original type of Pizza Huts so we can enjoy a pan pizza. So I'm going to say at this point I didn't cheat because Liz also pre-rolled the rest of her rolls for the readathon to see how many books she had so she could plan them out a little bit. At first I wasn't going to do that, but then I decided to do that just because I wanted to have I wanted to know how much more I had before the pizza. So I believe where I stopped at was so where I'm starting now is roll 7. And for roll 7, I rolled a 4, and that was to read A Sweet Valley. So that's where I did Teacher's Pet. Roll 8 is number 2, and this is Read From My Shelf. For this one, I did Blood Brothers by Nora Roberts, book 1, in the Sign of the Seven trilogy. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say that. Hopefully none. For book number 9, for roll number 9, I rolled a 3. This was to read an Apple paperback. For this one, I did Adorable Sunday by Marlene Linda Shire. For book 10, I rolled a 5. This was another Apple paperback. I did Nothing's Fair in 5th Grade by Barth de Clements. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Still gonna think this was brutal on the fat shaming ones. Okay, we're gonna skip over rolls 11 and 12 for right now. Editing Leanne here. I actually did finish roll 11 in July. This was Rosie's Popularity Plan by Carrie Austin. This was part of the Party Line series. And then we go to roll 13 where I rolled a 4. This was the Sweet Valley, and here is where I read Best Friends. So that leaves me rolls for August, roll 12, 14, and 15. And then 16, my 16th roll got me past where we needed to be on the map. So 16 is Pan Pizza. I already spoke to Liz. She's completed all of hers. At the time of filming this, which is August 9th, also my brother's birthday, so happy birthday to him, I'm reading my very last book for this readathon. So I'm excited about that one as well. So that's it. That's what I got up to for the month of July with my reading. Very excited with the amount of stuff I got done. So let me know how you did in July. Let me know if you've read any of these, any of your favorites, any piqued your interest, and what was your favorite book for the month of July. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Your support means a lot to me, and I love connecting with our amazing community. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to stay updated with my latest videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.